Right, you're now live, it says in the studio. I know that
Ooh.
Nick in the background is still sorting out his camera. We've got 50 seconds, Nick. And we're
That's
live
okay.
on one stream. Let's see if we're live on...
Oh, go live on Amazon.
We go live on Amazon.
Why not?
All right, you get a little message now. It says, do not change your camera orientation. So people must have been switching from landscape to portrait and back again. And of course, that doesn't go well. But that would only relate if you were broadcasting from, a mobile phone.
That does sound a bit weird.
It was, yeah.
Is that?
Also, we're tip of the day. Don't put a VPN on your iPhone or iPad.
Oh,
Just don't do it, because otherwise you spend quarter an hour working out why you can't get through to Amazon Live, and the answer is because you've got a VPN stuck in the middle, and it says, "Who are you? Where are you from? Don't try and tell me from the States, because I know you're normally from the UK." Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, not that I was going to try sticking a VPN on, but
Hello, everybody. Hello, Nick.
Greetings. Happy Monday, Stephen. Always good to be here.
Happy Monday. Yeah, it's spring. Spring is in the air. Daffodils in the garden.
It is indeed. We could burst into "If I Ruled the World." Every day would be the first day of spring.
Yeah. Okay.
But best not do that, though.
No, it won't. No, nobody's arrived yet. So if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, hello from Nick and I, and thank you for watching. This is our Monday broadcast on Amazon Live, broadcasting from be.live.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hide that. I'm going to switch my second camera off, and that should bring us, nearly. I need to make one more change.
Oh, changes.
Yeah. Right, I think we're all right now. Okay, back the way we used to be. Okay. Yeah, and we've got to do better on the quiz this week, Nick.
Well, we'd be hard pushed to do worse, to be honest.
I think that's probably the worst score we've ever had.
We've never had a F- before.
No, we've got to try for a B+ this time. Anything better than a B+ will be more than acceptable.
Yeah,
the way it works is we're doing the movie quiz. There are going to be 10 questions, multiple choice. We get 4 choices. You can help us if you're watching on Nick's Amazon page or on my Amazon page. If you know the answer to a quiz question, tell us.
Yeah,
because we need help. We need help.
I'm hoping there's a category today in the film quiz which is 1980s action movies starring Sylvester Stallone in a role called Rocky.
Oh, you're an expert on all the Rocky movies. That'd be good. Shall we bring in the quiz? So I'm bringing in the quiz. I'm going to put it full screen, and we can go for general awards, characters, connections, directors, Disney, James Bond, matches, quotes, titles, plots, soundtracks, specials, Star Wars, superheroes, taglines, and word clouds. We've done word clouds. That was a bit. So you want to go action heroes?
Should we go action heroes? Yeah, why not? Let's do that.
Okay. Right. Now, the way this works is that I will read a question. Oh, wait a minute. Can you see it?
Yeah, that's good. I think we might be all right on those ones.
Are we good? Or
yeah.
Okay. Do you know which action hero actors, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Willis, starred in these famous action movies? Question 1. Right, which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie? Death Wish, released in 1974. Was it Jackie Chan, Mickey Rourke, Charles Bronson, or Harrison Ford? Whilst we're cogitating that one, Nick, do you have something to show us?
I do, and I'm going to show it to you in my hand here. This is the Mevo Star. This is not just an amazing wireless webcam. It is a wireless webcam / outside broadcasting studio, all in one. Yep, this is an amazing little webcam. It's in the carousel now for $379, and I promise you that what you're going to find is that will be the best $379 you have spent in many a long month. This is still my absolute favorite webcam. Things that I love about it is that we can actually go to where the story is. So we're not contained, like today, contained in the office. We can actually go anywhere. So we can go, like I did yesterday. I was out and about down in sunny Weymouth, down in Dorset, seeing my parents. It was Mother's Day here in the UK. And I also did a bit of live streaming and recording, all with this. Now, the thing is, when we're out and about and we haven't got any wires, how do we live stream? You know, we can do it on our phone, and it's the same principle. So we can either use our cell phone data or find a Wi-Fi hotspot, and it works beautifully with both. But why would you do that and not use your phone? Well, because with this camera, we can simultaneously live stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, Vimeo, and indeed anywhere else we choose, because it's also got RTMP, real-time messaging protocol, which allows us to live stream anywhere. We can live stream to our blogs, to multiple social media platforms, you name it. If we've got a stream key, we can stream there, and that is brilliant because we can syndicate and we can live stream to our heart's content. Now, when you're live streaming and you haven't got a wireless, we need a battery, and this has got a great 6-hour battery. It's also got an amazing Sony f2.8 lens there, right in the front, you can see it. Now it's got a little green light, which means it's on. When it's recording, when it's being used, that turns to red, so you know that you are on air. Very similar to as we have above a studio. On the back here, we can see we've got 4 lights. It's 2 at the moment, so it's about 50% charged. So it pretty means I probably did about 3 hours yesterday. But also we can flip it, and it also can become a wired webcam as well if you want to do that. We've got the 3.5mm jack, so we can plug in a microphone, all important, particularly when you're out and about. Put your microphone in, although it does have a 3mm array microphone built in, which is very good. But if you are out and about, it is always best to attach yourself a microphone. But what I love, because when we are using cell phone data or Wi-Fi hotspots, we're fighting over bandwidth with everybody else. Potentially you could have something go wrong, but you're covered, because in here we've got a little 128GB SD card, micro SD card. So that gives me 14 hours of 1080p high definition recording direct from the camera. So no matter what happens on the live stream, I've got a bankable high definition recording that I can then upload and edit and do all those great things. Now also here it's got a universal tripod mount, but actually this little silver thing does come out and unscrews. That then becomes a universal microphone mount as well. So we've got some great mounting options. It is an amazing little camera, and it's all controlled through an app on your phone. I'll just quickly show you what it's like on the app. Not going to show you much. There you go. That's what I'm looking at the moment. There it is. There's me in the screen. But we can move this around, so we can drag our screen around. We can go full screen. We can tap a little element that makes it smaller, and we've got all the little bells and whistles. We can put in lower thirds. We can put in our logos. We can actually upload slides. We can upload PDFs. We can upload docs. So we can have all those in the background. So all the fun, really great stuff that we use BeLive for when we're here. If we're out and about, we can use all those amazing technologies, all using the app in the phone when we're live streaming or indeed just recording. It is superb. We've got full control over the audio, over all our lighting. It's got filters. So if you're in a TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you've got filters built in. Facebook, again, here you've got filters that we can use. Absolutely brilliant. Now, the thing is, in order to actually live stream to all these different places. Last year we had to join Vimeo, or we had a free trial of Vimeo, and for $15 a month made total sense just to take the annual subscription. That allowed us to do our Vimeo live stream to all the different places, also gave us somewhere to hold our videos. Since February the 1st, that has now changed because Mevo bought out by Logitech. It now has the amazing Mevo Go app, and with that app we can have not just one camera, we can also have our cell phones, our not laptops, our cell phones, our tablets, excuse me, all use those cameras as multiple cameras all in that app. So we don't just need, we can get a set of 3 of these, but now we can use one of these, our cell phone, our tablet, and we've got multiple video apps all in the one thing. And again, because it's Logitech, we also get access to Streamlabs. We also get access now to the pro version of Melon, which for the same $15 a month is quite a bargain. So that allows us to multi-stream, not just with one camera, but with multi-cameras to multiple destinations, all when we're out and about. Absolutely still my favorite webcam, and still I think a bargain. $379 for this webcam. Absolutely a steal, I would say. And hopefully I'll have it up and running for the next time you see me, so I can demonstrate a different camera, but I'll do that while Stephen's demonstrating one of his.
Right, so the Mevo Start is $379, and it's on discount today. There's a discount on there, Nick. I can see this.
It is, yeah. Normally it's $399.
5%.
Discounted. I think it's 5%, 6%.
Okay, I'm just going to take this unmute thingy off because it's getting right. That's better. Okay, so back to the quiz. Question 1: Death Wish 1974 release. Was it Jackie Chan, Mickey Rourke, Charles Bronson, or Harrison Ford as the main male hero? I think we're going to do a bit better this week, Nick. What do you think?
I think we're definitely going to do better. Well, it's a good start. I think we both know who this is. It's Mr. Bronson.
Mr. Bronson.
Yay!
Over to you.
Cool. Well, there you go. Let's stop the quiz right now while we're winning. Okay. Next question is: which actor played the main male hero in this action movie, Dirty Harry, in 1971? Was that Chuck Norris, Charles Bronson, Sylvester Stallone, or Clint Eastwood? Stephen, while we're thinking about that, what have you got in the carousel for us today?
I'm liking this week's quiz. This week's quiz is a lot easier than last week's quiz. Last week we had to guess. This week we know. If you're watching live on Amazon, thank you. If you're watching live on Facebook, hello. If you're watching live on YouTube as well, we appreciate you actually taking time out of your day to actually join us. Now, the camera you're looking at now, if I bring it up, I think, yes, I'm just making sure I've got the right camera. It's down in the carousel. And it is on discount today. It's $169.99. It is normally, he said, $179.99. So it's $10 off today. And it is the Nexigo N970p from Nexigo. Nexigo are an American company based just outside Seattle. I first found out about Nexigo from Nick when he demonstrated a $60 Nexigo camera. There are 15 cameras in the Nexigo range. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll see all of them. Now, when Nick mentioned this, I thought, well, I'll go and have a look. I'll see what cameras they've got. And I saw this camera, the Nexigo N970p, and I was blown away by the quality of the image. This is the best image I've seen on a webcam, bar none. And I've got other cameras as well. I've got the Oberspot, and well, Nick's been and gone and come back. I've got other cameras as well. You can't see what I can see in my studio. Right. Now, it is designed as a web conference camera. It will work well on Zoom certified. It works on Zoom, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, anything Google. And and it automatically changes from one person on screen to 3 people on screen to 5 people on screen. It has a Sony CMOS sensor, which is responsible for the quality of the image. It has twin microphones with noise cancellation built in. And what I would do if I was using it is I would mount, as a conference camera, mount the Nexigo N970p on this beautiful Lume Cube stand, which is also down the carousel. You've got the 3 feet, which you can lock into place. You've got a central tube, 12 to 30 inches, and then you've got a ball joint on top. And you're looking at an Oswald camera now, but it could equally all be a Nexigo. But the thing you've got to bear in mind about the Nexigo camera is it is 7 inches long. Okay, 6.87 inches long. So you've got to have the real estate to actually put the camera on top of your monitor, on top of your PC or Mac. Basically, it's designed to be a web conference camera, and it changes its field of view to encompass everybody who's sat around the conference table. So great for Zoom, great for Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And it's got the microphones with noise cancellation. So if your dog barks, nobody will hear the dog. And they're based it's an American camera, designed in America. And like all cameras, Nick's going to show us another camera later. Nexigo put something extra into their cameras, and this has got the Sony CMOS sensor, which is a 4K. Now 4K is 3840 by 2160, which is almost 4K. Now the thing about a 4K camera is the quality of the image. The higher the number, 720, 1080, 4K, the better the quality of the image, because the more pixels are actually being sent from my camera here over the internet to you. Now, as far as out the box is concerned, out the box, you can use this Nexigo N970p camera to broadcast live to YouTube using OBS. Add the camera to OBS, set the resolution to 4K, set your destination to YouTube, and people can watch you live in 4K on YouTube right now. And they can watch the replay too. But from a content creation point of view, if you're creating content, how-to videos or marketing videos, and you appear in them on camera, the best quality that you can get with a webcam is 4K. So this allows you to put out high quality content and upload the videos to YouTube, to Vimeo, to more and more places really. And this is the best way to produce high quality content. For one investment, you're actually getting all your videos in 4K, and people will watch in 4K and they will marvel at the quality of the video. Well, at least I do. The watching a video on YouTube in 4K is totally different from watching a video in 720. If you think about your television, which in all probability is a 4K television, you know the quality we're talking about. And actually to have this quality on a live or a recorded broadcast is something we used to dream about. Now I'm going to be showing you some other 4K cameras, but the Nexigo has the best image of all of them. And it's my go-to when I'm actually making my own how-to videos for Udemy. And I'm going to be doing that because I've got 3 new courses coming up. I had a walk this morning. I thought, right, what can I do? So I'm going to create 3 new Udemy courses. You'll hear more about those in the coming days and weeks. But for the moment, Nexigo N970p, 4K, American company. Click the link. You'll find out all about the Nexigo cameras. If you've got any questions about the Nexigo camera, during this broadcast, you can ask us live. If you think about it, if you click the link, you go through to the Nexigo page, you can read the text reviews, you can watch the pre-recorded reviews, but if you come back here, you can ask questions live. This is live. This is a free service from Amazon. Now, Nick and I work for Amazon, and if there's a problem with a piece of kit, we'll tell you. There isn't anything so far with the Nexigo, which brings us back to the quiz. And just a minute, I need to do something now.
That's okay. Just
welcome back, Nick.
Sorry, yeah, that's me putting myself on mute as well whilst I quickly changed my cameras. Now I've got them all up, Stephen. Hallelujah. Okay, so the question 2 was, which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie? Dirty Harry, in 1971? Was it Chuck Norris? Was it Charles Bronson? Was it Sylvester Stallone? Or was it Clint Eastwood? Stephen, I think you might know this one.
I'm really liking this quiz. This quiz is the best quiz we've had in 2 weeks. Right. Okay. So there's the Nexigo, Logitech we saw earlier, and you just looked at the Nexigo. So I'm going to hide that.
Cool.
In fact, they're going to come to me. No, I'm going to come and read the next question. That's what I should do.
Did we press Dirty Harry? Did we press Clint Eastwood on that one?
I think I need to press Clint Eastwood first, don't I?
I think you do. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Question 3. Right.
Okay.
Casino. Sorry. Yep.
Yep. Sorry.
No. Casino Royale released in 2006. Was it Mark Wahlberg, Keanu Reeves, Nicolas Cage, or Daniel Craig? Now, if you read the book, you'll know the answer. Brilliant book and a brilliant place to visit if you're ever in the south of France. That's all I'm going to say. And Nick, whilst we're thinking about that, what would you like to tell us about?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say I'm now looking at you with the Mevo Start. I've now got the Mevo Start back up and running, having unplugged it to show you. But going from that high-level camera to the next one in the carousel, which is the Neurum 2K web camera. I'm just going to highlight it in the carousel just to make sure we're all on the same page. Now this, I have to say, is a bit of a find, and I'll show you it here. Let me just bring it around here, and I can show you it in a minute. Actually, what it's like. This is what they call a quad cam. So this is a 2K camera. So it'll either do 1080 high definition with 60 frames per second. So lots of the more frames per second, the less drag you're going to get. So the sharper the movement, or it can do 2K at 30 frames per second. And I have to say, the quality is absolutely brilliant. This is in the carousel. It's down from $29.99. I mean, under $30 anyway. It's now got a 7% discount on it. So it's now $27.99. And it is absolutely incredible. As you can see, it's got all the standard tripod mount. We just mount it in. Of course, we can then sit it on our monitors as well, like all good webcams. But the amazing thing is it's got this dual microphone. So it's got a pickup. So you've got a stereo microphone. Again, noise cancelling. I think all of these webcams these days are coming with the noise cancellation. It's actually got a built-in, which you can just slide across there. It's got a built-in privacy cover. So that's between the glass and the lens. I really like that. And I used to just have one camera that could do this, but now I've got several. It rotates 360 degrees. It can go side to side and backwards and forwards. So we've got full control over this camera, how we can set it up, how we can frame. Now, the thing is, with this camera, I've not tried this as on the cooking show yet, but I think I might do, because I think it's just going to be even better than the current one. So we've got the privacy cover. It's got a wide angled lens, 90 degrees. So that gives that's a diagonal degree that we can see. And that gives us a big scope. So when you're recording, if you're recording using this, then you can actually zoom in and really crop beautifully. So you've got lots of space there. I really like that. What other things can I tell you? I'm just going to quickly scroll down. Oh, yes, low light. Now we've got box lights and ring lights and a light in the front, and another light to talk about in a minute. But it works beautifully in light. But yes, low light, and it still works amazingly. It's just, seriously, you just plug it in with a USB. There is no specific software apps that you can download with it, but there's a little one you can pull from the website. It doesn't give you a lot of control. The main control you've got with this actually is if you use it with OBS as an example, then you can go into the camera settings and tell it to either deliver at 1080 or 14, whatever it is, 1440, which is 2K. You can change it there. I say this is very new. I've only had this a few weeks, but I have been on to the people at Nurum, and they tell me they've got some good fun things coming through in the pipeline. So I'm very excited. It's one of these cameras that, you know, you've seen our show before. Stephen and I like to just explore some of these cameras. This is one I was just looking through thinking, oh, I want to get a 4K camera that I've got in the carousel. We'll talk about later. And then I saw this one 2K. I thought, I've never had a 2K camera. There's only one thing to do: buy it and see what it's like. And for $27.99, yeah, crazy not to. And I have to say, from a Amazon live stream influencer point of view, in the last 2 weeks, this is now my best-selling camera, and at that price, I'm really not surprised. So this is the Nurum V11 2K webcam. It's absolutely brilliant. If you're streaming Teams, Zoom calls, grab yourself one of these. Absolutely fantastic. Gets you audio, gets you visual, and and if it doesn't put Stephen off too much, I might flip over to that camera afterwards so you can actually see what it looks like. But that is the Nurum V11 2K camera. Awesome. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
But what I need to do is I need to put your new items into my carousel.
That's what sorry, why not?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that for next week.
I shall send them across to you, Steve.
Sorry. Thank you. I don't want to pick the wrong model, because if I pick the wrong model,
no.
Right. Okay. So back to the quiz, and the quiz question 3: Casino Royale, released in 2006. Was it Mark Wahlberg, Keanu Reeves, Nicholas? I'm skipping over that name quickly because I know the communication, right? Nicolas Cage or Daniel Craig? If you know the answer and you're watching on my Amazon page or Nick's page, do type in the answer. You've got an inkling, Nick.
Oh yes, this is. I can't believe it was 2006. Gosh, I remember seeing this at the big screen at the Odeon. I think it was in Leicester Square.
Yeah,
with the young Daniel Craig.
The next Bond film will not be Daniel Craig, will it?
No. Will there be another Bond film? Who knows?
Indeed, we'll wait and see. Right. Right. So to you, Nick.
Oh, right. Okay. Question 4. Okay, which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie, Training Day, in 1999? Was that Mark Wahlberg, Denzel Washington? Was it Antonio Banderas? Or was it Liam Neeson? There's 4 to conjure with. And while you're conjuring, Stephen, what's next in the carousel?
What's next in the carousel is we looked at the Nexigo in 970p, and we're now looking at the Obspot Tiny 4K, which I will now bring onto the stage. Right, this is the Obspot Tiny 4K in action. It's $269, and it is a PTZ camera. But the reason I've got this camera shot is that is the Obspot camera. It is tiny. It's less than 3 inches tall. You have on top the lens, and then you've got 2-axis gimbal, and then you've got the camera body underneath. It's USB-C, USB-A. Just plugs into either a USB hub or direct into your PC or Mac. Now, there is a story behind this. I originally, let's just come here for a second. And I just need to close that and no to that and go up. I've broken it. I'm just going to waffle for a minute while I actually get back what I'm trying to get back. So I've got to waffle for a minute. I've actually closed some software by accident. And I want to say thank you for watching an Amazon Live. And we're just waiting for the software to load. And then you'll get a live demonstration of the Obspot Tiny 4K down in the carousel for $269. And the software's arrived. So I can go to this camera. And I can go, hopefully, like this.
Oh,
and that's supposed to be a bit smoother. It didn't quite work out that way. Now the next go we've looked at, this is another 4K camera. This is Obspot Tiny 4K. Now you know the 4K cameras because you can broadcast to YouTube in 4K. You can create content locally in 4K, and if you've seen your 4K television, you know the quality. It's better than 720. It's better than 1080. But the thing that makes the Oberspot stand out is that it's a PTZ camera. Pan, tilt both ways, and zoom. Okay, that's what it can do. PTZ, pan, tilt, and zoom. But it's on a 2-axis gimbal, which means that it can do things that most cameras can't. If you take the Brio or you take the Nexigo, they can't do this. But this camera can. And if I press a button, theoretically, I should be able to do this. Okay. What happens is the Nexigo is 4K, but it doesn't have tracking. The Oberspot does. And as I move around the office, the Oberspot 4K is actually tracking me, and it's making sure that I'm in the center of the camera and I've got headroom. And this is important because you do want to be well positioned when you're on camera. Okay, because people pay more attention if you are centered. Don't be off to one side of the screen. Don't wave your hands. Just be centered and have headroom. Now, it's got different modes, and this is the normal tracking mode, where it's giving you the space at the side and the headroom. But it's also got a fast tracking mode. So it can actually video you running around a gym, for example, or doing a 100-yard race. Basically, because it's got facial recognition, it can link to you and follow you around. And I just love the fact that I can actually stand up and present, and I can show you. I'm not going to talk about it in this show, but I can talk about the Fitbit Charge 5, which is down in the carousel somewhere, and it's just been charged. So it's ready to go. And this is my favorite Fitbit ever. I've had 5 Fitbits. But I can actually stand up and move around. And this Oberspot tiny 4K camera is actually following me around. I can't get over it. For the price, $269 for a PTZ camera is, well, it's a bargain, as Nick would say when he's talking about his cameras. The price is so good on this that I can't see a reason. If you're interested in PTZ cameras, if you're interested in, I just need to click a button, appearing at your best live on camera, then a 4K camera is the way to do it, because you can broadcast to YouTube, you can record content locally in 4K, you can upload it to Vimeo and to YouTube, and nobody is going to do better than you can with this webcam. It's got dual microphones with noise cancellation. Is the ideal conference camera because you can zoom in on people, you can show everybody, or you can show one person sat at the conference table. The microphone works up to 20 feet away. So even with a larger conference table, everybody's going to be heard by central microphones. You just need to mount it on a tripod, like the LumeCube tripod down in the stand, and it's just take its place, and person with the software can take control, and they can switch from one person to another person and back again to everybody. And the director is in control. And this camera has great video, high quality sound. The sound is better than the sound on your PC or Mac. Okay, the twin microphones give great sound. So with that, it's back to the quiz.
Hey, okay, so back in the quiz, which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie Training Day 1999? Was it Mark Wahlberg? Was it Denzel Washington? Was it Antonio Banderas, or was it Liam Neeson? And I think, do you know this one, Stephen? I've got a sneaky feeling. I think it was.
I'm torn between two.
I think it was Denzel Washington.
Yeah, Denzel Washington appeals to me as well. Shall we go there?
Let's go with that then.
We are getting.
We're on fire.
Yeah, we're definitely on fire now with this question. If you're watching this live on Amazon, thank you. This is question 5, multiple choice question. We just need to pick one of the 4 options. The film is Rocky, 1976. Was the main male hero Charles Bronson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Clint Eastwood, or Sylvester Stallone? Now, hopefully you don't have to think about that one too much, but whilst we are thinking, Nick, do you have something to show us?
Well, I've got to admit, I'm rather happy about that one. So listen, at the moment, I've now got the Nurum on, and it's not as, see, I've got low lighting because I haven't got the light that I wanted right here, because it is right here, the mobile ring light. And I know what you're thinking, that's not a ring, Nick, that's not a ring. Oh yes, it is. Let me just pop it in the carousel, because this is an Amazon choice, the Old Shark 12-inch RGB ring light. Now, what I love about this, before I turn it on, it's got this little stand, but I can actually have it the desk version, because it all just slides into itself. So we've got a little stand there, and I can actually have it on the desk. But instead, we can make it a little bigger. It just opens up, you rotate it, and it will go to, I think it's about 7 feet. I'm just tied in my microphone. So I'll need it down a touch so I can show you. Here we go. So yeah, so this is a light. It's not on yet because I want to show you a couple of little things about it. First of all, yes, it's nice, but we can have all sorts of shapes because we can make it into a ring like this. We can move it around.
You've been practicing, I can tell.
Look, I know, it's so cool. So we've got the nice ring light there. Actually, that goes a bit more. That's better. So I know technically it's a square, but it's a ring light in all but name. Now, whoops, let me just leave that there. If you're using your phone, then this little device here is what we need. It all comes apart. Nice little ball. Ball goes into the socket. We screw that in. There we go. That expands so we can get our phone in there, and nice and bendy little thing. But yeah, and that just slides in. We can just, whoops, give myself a little bit more space. So basically that will just go in there, screw in, and you're good to go. That is absolutely brilliant. But of course you need a light as well. Oh, now you might have guessed that if I'm going to buy a light, I'm going to buy one that does a little bit more than just a ring light. So let's get it back to square again, and I'll show you what it does. So I could use this little bit on the cable, or I could use the remote control. I know, I like it. So we can have it mode. Oops, let's turn it on first. Here we go. So here it is. This is just on a normal white light. It's going to make me a bit dark. Sorry about that. In fact, can I just switch my camera? Hold on. Let's switch this one over to the Mevo. Move it out the way. This is the genius of the Mevo, guys, because look at this. Hold on. I'm looking a bit tight in there. Hold on. We've got loads of space. Wow. There we go. Right. So we have the light. Yeah. So we've got different modes. So we can make it less bright. We can have it yellow. You can't really see the yellow there. Let's flip it a bit more. But basically that's going yellow, white, and bright. You'll see this one better because this one then turns it into an RGB. And now you can see, look.
Yeah.
It's moving around.
Nice swish.
Pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can change the mode. RGB. Just keep clicking it and it do certain things. So it changes color. There you go. It's like a little Ukrainian one there. That's a little blue and yellow. But you get the gist. So it flashes all over. But you don't have to have it as a square. You can have it as a zigzag, like so. And then you can have it rolling down. You can have it so it just actually just rolls all the way down the lights. This is something that we do. Obviously, I had a spare few pounds, so I bought something to play with. And so this was it. This is apart from the fact it is a brilliant, works as a great ring light. it's also great fun. So if you want to, if I put, instead of the green screen, if I put the white screen behind me, I could have this facing the white screen, and we could be lighting it up just to make a different background. So this is, again, it's another great little product. I think it is actually Amazon's choice for the mobile or cell phone ring light. I'm trying to find my Amazon. There we go. Yeah, the old Shark 12-inch is an Amazon choice for cell phone ring lights. I have to say, it's absolutely brilliant. You can have it as small as you like or as big as you like. It is absolutely fantastic. And for $26.99, along with a remote control, absolutely fantastic. So that's hours of fun, not only for yourself, but also if you've got kids, I'm sure they'll be having fun with it as well. So yeah, a great little ring light. But you can also have it as a background light, all sorts of things going on, and we can make it as tall or as short as we like. So there you go, Stephen. That was as good a demonstration as you're going to get.
Very versatile, and it can do so many different things.
It is. It's so much fun.
But primarily, it's a phone light, or a...
Yeah, ideally, yeah, primarily, yeah, you make it into a square and you put your phone through it. That lights up your face. You're going to look fantastic. But you can also then have a good play around with it as well. It becomes a great little ring light anyway.
Brilliant. And the quiz is still going, and we're on question 5. And question 5, if you know the answer to this one, and who doesn't, then who was the main male hero of Rocky, released in 1976, 47 years ago?
Good grief.
Say it quickly, and it's not long. Was it Charles Bronson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Clint Eastwood, or Sylvester Stallone? Nick, what do you think?
Oh, I'm fairly certain I know this one, as this was my specialised category earlier. It was a question made for me. It was, of course, Sylvester Stallone.
And we're 5 out of 5. Nick, hey, over to you.
Okay, so we're 100% so far. So which actor played the main male hero in this action movie, National Treasure, in 2004? Was that Pierce Brosnan, Nicolas Cage, Wesley Snipes, or Gene Hackman, the main action male hero in National Treasure 2004? Stephen, what do you got?
Well, that was 18 years ago as well.
Oh no, scary.
But if you know the answer to that, then please do type it either on Nick's page or my page. We're broadcasting live to both pages at the moment, and we also appreciate your help and your input when we're doing this. Now, down in the carousel are my favorite headphones, and they are the Aftershokz Aeropex, and basically they are on discount today. Now, whenever we get an item which is on discount, we're going to tell you, and it's $149.99, which is 6% off, so you can save $10 on this headset today. Now, every morning, 11:30, I go out the door and I go walking, and today I went walking nearly 6 miles, and I was wearing these headphones. These are made for outdoors. These are made for jogging, running, walking, or cycling. I do the walking bit and occasionally the jogging bit. And I live in the UK. So the first thing to tell you about these is they are waterproof. And that means that when it's pouring down, these are still safe. And I can vouch to that because I haven't had a problem when I've been out in the rain, which has been quite a few times over the last 4 months or so. Now, they are lightweight. They weigh less than a weight of a bag of chips, or as we say in the UK, a bag of crisps. They weigh 28 grams. They are coated for weatherproof. They're IP67, but don't go swimming with them. Do go walking, jogging, running or cycling, but don't swim with these on. Now, when you put them on, you'll notice that they go over your ear. They're not in your ear. And this means that, first of all, they're not going to irritate you because they're not in your ear. And the second thing is that this is a safety feature. When you're out and about and you're walking, then you can see and hear the traffic in front of you. You can see you can hear the traffic behind you. You can speak to somebody next to you, because Angelica and I both wear these when we're out walking, and we can carry on a conversation with no problem at all. But there is another important feature. You can actually hear people walking behind you. Now, I was out the other day and I was just walking back home, and I heard footsteps behind me. I was listening to rock music, but I heard footsteps. And a few seconds later, after hearing the footsteps, somebody pulled past me, going faster than I was, but I wasn't. I wasn't shocked because I expected them. I heard them. So with these headphones on, you can hear everything that's going on around you. Now, technology is patented. Basically, the way it works is you've got twin speakers. They vibrate. Vibrations go through your cheekbones to your inner ear, which is the way all sound goes in the end. Technology is patented by Aftershokz. I was fortunate enough to see these and try them before I bought them because I went over to Hampshire. I went to Farnborough, which is where Nick lives, and I went to a trade show there and I saw these and I tried them out, came home, put them on my wish list on Amazon, and the rest is history. I've been wearing them now for every single day. Now I wear these for an hour and a half, 2 hours every single weekday because I go, put these on, switch them on. Welcome to Aftershokz, battery high, connected. And what's happened is just by switching them on, if I go to my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and I go here and I go, I've got a notification there, and I'm going to close everything. Okay, I've got a spam call.
Oh,
that's good. I've got a piece of software on my phone that sorts out the spam calls, which is pretty good, and it's quite accurate and very effective. So spam calls just don't go through. But by switching these headphones on, you can see there that the Aftershokz AirApex are now connected to my mobile phone. All I need to do then is go here, go to Amazon Music, and we're loading Amazon Music at the moment, and pick a playlist. Let's go with Rediscover the 80s. And sorry, I didn't mean to shout. I'm now listening to rock music, and that's what I do an hour and a half every day. Go out and get some fresh air and listen to rock music and work out what I'm going to do during our Amazon live show, believe it or not. Well, that's not the only thing that I think about, but it is one of the things I think about. So connecting is simple and straightforward. These are ideal for out and about. They're ideal for walking, running, jogging, or cycling. On the headset itself, you've got the on-off switch. I just use the on switch. You can skip a track. You can increase the volume. You can decrease the volume. And you can take a phone call with one click. You can make a phone call with 2 clicks, and you can voice dial. They are just, well, the sound quality is very good. Not as good as the cans I showed earlier, because this is Bluetooth, but it is high quality. I mean, I just enjoy the music. I can hear the lyrics even, which is always good when I'm out walking at 11:30 a.m. every day. And this is my second pair of Aftershokz. They are the best Bluetooth headphones that I've heard, literally. And I just love them. So back to the question.
Oh, the question.
The question.
Here we go. Question 6. Which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie, National Treasure, 2004? Was that Pierce Brosnan? Was it Nicolas Cage? Was it Wesley Snipes or Gene Hackman? And I'm guessing you might know this one, Stephen, because you realised it was...
Yeah, I would think Nicholas.
I would absolutely agree.
Okay, so question 7. Enter the Dragon.
Ooh.
We're doing well on this one, Nick. Enter the Dragon, released in 1973. Was it Chuck Norris, Mickey Rourke, Bruce Lee, or Gene Hackman? Nick, do you have something to show us while we're thinking about the answer to that?
I certainly do, and I'm good to you, Stephen, because I'm actually putting it in the carousel that I know you've got. So
I do have it in my carousel, yes.
I know. So this, as you can see, I've got the light just nicely going through in the background. Now, this for me is still my, it's a tough call. Still my favorite entry-level webcam. This is the Nexigo N930E. It is 25% off, down to $59.95. Now, this is a 10K webcam. And you might be thinking, oh, that's a lot more than the other one. Well, it does a couple of things that I really like. Again, like all the webcams, it's got the universal tripod mounting, and of course we can mount it on our displays, on our laptops, our PCs, our Macs, and of course we can rotate it 360 degrees. We can roll it forwards and backwards, and it looks and it will frame beautifully. Now, the thing is, again, like many, this has got the privacy cover. Very important to a lot of you. You're paranoid about being hacked, and who can blame you? But don't worry, you've got a privacy cover, not built in. This one you stick on, and that's fine. Comes with two in case you mess up the first time. But I managed to, look, if I managed to do it first time, I'm sure you can. Yeah, so this is a nice privacy cover. When that's across, no one can see anything. Now, it also has a built-in microphone, and again, not just any microphone, it is a noise cancelling microphone. So if you've got noisy neighbours, and oh my goodness, on Saturday our neighbours were putting in windows, that was very noisy, but that's built-in noise cancelling microphone. No one could hear, it was all good. So if you've got kids, cats, pets, parakeets, you name it, then you'll just be heard going through this microphone. Now, a couple of things that I love about this, apart from the fact it's 10K, it's autofocus. This actually does come with some Nexigo software as well, and that is partly why I think this is still so good, because we have got control over our exposure, our lighting, our backlighting, our hue, contrast, in fact, you name it. We can control it through the software. And Stephen, I always tell you, if you've got software coming with the camera, for goodness sake, download it, load it, and use it. It's there for a reason. And the Nexigo software is excellent. So if I'm using it up here in the office, I've got it for one setting, so I've got lighting up here. I can tell you, I use it for the cooking show, recording that, and I have that sitting over the hob in the kitchen, totally different lighting. But the thing with the software is I can save my settings, so I don't have to, every time I swap them around, I don't have to play around and spend 20 minutes remembering how I got them right the last time. I just save the settings. Now I just go in the kitchen, click the kitchen settings, and it's going to change slightly just depending on what's coming through the window. And to be honest, the office settings are always spot on because I've got enclosed lighting. So that is really important. But even better than that is this. See, we know how important lighting is, and this is the thing. Despite having all the lights around, we don't need any of those. It's got a built-in ring light. We don't even need the stand. Built-in ring light. We can live stream, or we can record ourselves. We can go on team meetings, Zoom calls, and look and feel our best. The reason that we video and we go on videos, we want to look our best. So with lighting, that's going to help you achieve that. Lighting is so important. We should probably do, if Stephen's not doing it as one of his Udemy courses, then I think he might do a whole course on lighting. Would be cool. It is brilliant. So this is amazing. The Nexigo N930E. It's an entry-level webcam which will just transform how you look and feel on camera. If you're just using it as a webcam for your team meetings or your Zoom calls at work, then most people are at home, they're sitting in a back bedroom, they got terrible light, terrible audio. You are going to look and sound like the boss. And in fact, if the boss is watching, he's probably going to give you a generous pay rise and promotion. Can't guarantee that though, but I'm sure you're more likely than someone who hasn't got it, let's be honest. But yeah, so amazing. It's $60, $59.99, 25% off right now. Yeah, this is a big seller, and it's a very popular brand. Nexigo, fantastic. So that's the Nexigo N930E, and let's go back to the quiz.
Let's go back to the quiz. Okay, and the film was Enter the Dragon, released in 1973. And was it Chuck Norris, Mickey Rourke, Bruce Lee, or Gene Hackman?
Oh, Enter the Dragon. I'm pretty certain that's Bruce Lee. I just did for a minute there think, was Chuck Norris in that as well? But yeah.
Bruce Lee it is. Takes us over to question 8.
Question 8. Which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie? Escape from New York in 1981, and scarily, I remember it very well. Was it Charles Bronson, Eric Roberts, Kurt Russell, or Jackie Chan? Escape from New York, 1981. Snake Plissken.
Ah, right.
Got.
Yeah. I think I know that one.
Yeah.
I think I know it. I think I've got the answer to that one. So
yes, good.
I'm sure Nick has as well. And if you know the answer, please do type it in. It's very helpful. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, I'd like to say thank you very much. If you comment on Facebook and YouTube, we'll actually see your comments in the studio and we'll bring them on screen. And if you do that, then what we can do, if I go over here, is I can bring on the snake. And the snake shows who's commented so far. And so far, I've commented, YouTube's commented, and we're waiting for somebody else to comment as well. So we'll take the snake off and we'll bring it back if you do comment on Amazon or on Facebook or on YouTube. Now, one of the things that we all have is a mobile phone. And I've got to say that the mobile phone I'm about to show you is the best phone I've ever had. It is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And we've got a comment coming in. See, it works.
It's only me.
Bring the snake. Oh, well, I'll bring the snake back now that we've got Nick commenting as well. It can't not. Okay, so Nick is at the head of the snake now, and just because he commented. The best phone I've ever had is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. We just saw it. We've seen it twice in the broadcast so far, I think, doing other things. Including saying what a 90-degree angle is. I was doing that while you were actually saying, I did that earlier, but I wasn't on camera at the time. Right. Okay. Now, I've had this phone about 9 months. It was the flagship phone. Now, the big thing about mobile phones is that both Apple and Samsung release a new phone every year. And as Nick has been saying for a long time, when these manufacturers release a new phone, they put the price of the old phone down. And when I say old, it's not really that old, but the price is down today from $1199.99 to $1042.95. So it's 13% off today.
Wow.
And it is this Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, first thing to notice is the size. This is about 6.7 inches deep, which means also down in my carousel, you'll find a carrying case. Okay, because putting a phone of this size in your pocket is not an option. Put it into a case, one-piece leather case like this, goes onto your belt like that. So you carry it with that case. And that's down in the carousel right now. And that is the Vija case. And if you're a Star Trek fan, you'll get the relationship. But this phone comes different models, 128 gig, 256, which this one is, and 512. So you can decide which memory you're going to have in your phone. The more memory, then the more it can store. Now, the beauty of this, though, is in the camera lens. I mean, we used to get mobile phones to make phone calls. Now, we've got them to take videos and pictures. On the back is a 108 megapixel lens with a 3x zoom, 10x zoom lens. And on the front is a 40 megapixel lens. Brilliant selfies, has to be said. Now, what I'm going to do, because I can talk for England or blab for Britain, is I'm just going to switch Nick's camera off for a moment. I'm going to hide that and I'm going to bring this on screen, because what I'm going to show you, if I take myself off solo, is, sorry, Nick. Okay, is photographs that have actually been taken with this camera. I just need to make one or two adjustments. Photo taken, and I just need to change my size. Just let me shrink for a minute. I'll shrink and then all will be well. If I go here and here and here. Okay, and the photo is taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I'm going to take the snake off so we're not distracted. Now, the images taken with this phone are just stunning. And I'm just chuffed that I've actually got this. I'm saving it up for an S24, but this S22 Absolutely brilliant. It has the ability to vary the screen display during bright sunlight. The battery you can charge either 45 watts or 30 watts, takes about an hour, and the phone charge itself lasts for 24 to 30 hours. But the thing about it is the images and the video. So let's take a look at a few of the images. This is the cloisters at Salisbury Cathedral, and on the left-hand side is a small chapel in which is housed the Magna Carta, or a copy of the Magna Carta. Not the original Magna Carta, but a copy of it. Right, on to the next photograph. This is our garden, and this is just starting to appear this year because this photograph was taken last year. This is wildflowers. In the UK, we're being encouraged to be bee friendly, and so we're growing wildflower gardens like there's no tomorrow. This is the local canal, which is the Kenneth-Avon Canal, which runs from Bristol to London. It meant to take goods from ships arriving from the US. The goods then were taken by barge to London and sold in London, and that's the way it used to be. And it lasted until the railways came. And now the Kenneth-Avon Canal is a leisure facility, as you'll see. This is Henley Regatta, and it is the home of rowing. And you can go to the regatta each year and have the strawberries and cream and just enjoy yourself. And after that, you can go to a book signing. And this is Baroness Fleur Benjamin. This is the Courts Garden, and this is a former industrial estate. And I was very lucky. I was there in autumn last year, and I was able to take this photograph. Now, the thing I will say about this camera is it does tell you what the best shot is. And if you follow that advice, you get some very good pictures. If you don't follow that advice, you can get some very strange pictures, but never mind. This is a walk in the woods, and this is the country house at the Courts Garden. And the next photograph this is my favorite walk. This is the Kenneth-Avon Canal, looking up to the locks, the longest set of locks in the UK, 27 locks, taking a barge from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill because boats can't sail upwards. I love the reflection of the trees in this photograph. And the next one, now this is the final one I'm going to show you. This is Salisbury Cathedral, built in the 11th and 12th centuries. It was taken at Christmas time last year, and the font was installed in 2008. And the font is a living font. If you look at the tip of the corner of the font, you'll see the water falling into grates, and then the water is recycled. And one final photograph before we move on. This is my partner, Angelica, who stars in every Amazon Live broadcast I do. So back to me. So taking photographs. Now, it has, if I go this way around, it's got a built-in stabilizer. So if you're taking video with it, then it will stop this happening, which is moving, because when you walk, your hand moves. There's nothing you can do about it because the where you're walking isn't even, so your hand goes up and down. The stabilizer actually stops that happening. 108 megapixel camera, which is the best camera I've owned, 40 megapixel on the front. Storage is there, and it is without doubt the best phone I've ever had. And it's back to the quiz. When I found it. And I'm going to switch Nick's microphone. Oh, wait a minute. No, I got this the right way around. Who muted who?
No, I think you muted me.
All right, okay. We're back.
And quite rightly. So which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie? Is it Escape from New York is a movie? 1981. Is it Charles Bronson, Eric Roberts, Kurt Russell, or Jackie Chan? And I think you know the answer, Stephen. The hero's name in the film was Snake Plissken.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Kurt.
Yay.
Brilliant. Right, no pressure here, Nick. We're going to carry on like this. Maximum Impact 1991 was the main male hero Christopher Lambert, Gene Hackman, Tom Cruise, or Jean-Claude Van Damme? And whilst we're thinking about that, Nick, do you have something to show us?
I do, but I can't actually click it in the carousel because my my Amazon app is saying something's gone wrong, but I'm still live streaming, so hey, that's life. But it is, of course, Stephen can click it in his carousel because he'll have it. It is the Blue Yeti. It is indeed my favorite go-to microphone, a thing of great beauty, as I often say. It is fantastic. The Blue Yeti is a 3 microphone array underneath this little cover. Let's take that off for a minute. And that allows us to have several little settings. So we can have cardioid, so it's one directional to myself. We've got bi-directional, switch it across to bi, and that'll be one to me, one in the opposite direction. We have omni-directional, have more on omni, fantastic. If we've got, I often say, if my niece's band come over from Australia, one day I'm sure they will, we can record them using omnidirectional mics on this. And of course, we've got stereo. Oh yes, so we can go from right to left, left to right. And if you're listening in stereo, you will hear us in one ear and then in the other ear. Beautiful sound. Now, what I always say is the Blue Yeti, the gain is very sensitive. So I would always recommend super simple. You literally just plug it in USB into the back of your Mac, your PC, or your laptop, whatever you're using, and then go into the microphone settings on your control panel, have a little play around, get it so that it sounds as you want it, and then leave it at that. That's all you need to do. On this side here, got some more little controls. This is the volume control, not the volume of the mic per se, it's the volume. You can hear it. We've got little 3.5mm jack here, so we can plug headphones in. We can hear what's coming through the mic. Now, I would say, very important, top tip, because luckily Stephen saved me a couple of weeks ago when I'd mistakenly been playing with the software that now comes with the Blue Yeti, thanks to our good friends at Logitech, and I'd got some strange alien voice going on, and because I wasn't listening to what was going through the microphone, because I didn't put my headphones in, I didn't realize. So luckily Stephen said, oh, hold on, and we could switch it off. We also have here the mute button, so if you're going to have a big cough or a sneeze, you don't want to blow your audience's ears out, so press that and that will silence it. But of course, remember to press it again, because we've all done it. We've pressed the mute button, forgotten to unmute yourself, and then we just talked away. No one could hear us, and if you're on Amazon, no one can hear you. Amazon will shut your stream off. So be very aware of that. But it is a great microphone. It's got a standard microphone screw in to a mic stand. It's got the lovely desk stand that it comes with. Got a nice padded bottom, so you're not going to get any vibrations, and the sound quality is absolutely fantastic. Now, as I said, as you can see, I've not got it plugged in, but the sound quality is amazing. I'll use it next week, so do tune in again next week, and I'll have the Yeti on. I've got the lapel mic today, but we can now, thanks to Logitech buying Logitech's going around buying all my favorite pieces of equipment. And when Logitech do that, they always bring something extra to the party. And this is exactly the same. Through the G Hub, we can now control the Yeti. We've got control of how it, some of the things, how it can sound. So you can have extra bass, you can have radio voice, lots of great things. But also, we've now got sound effects and air horns and all sorts. So we can use those. We can even plug them in. I'm sure Stephen's going to talk about a Stream Deck in a minute. We can plug them into a Stream Deck. We can just press a button and they play. But this is just, it's a thing of great beauty. So USB 3 microphone array, the Blue Yeti, absolutely awesome. And it's one of those things, if you like how it sounds, then just go buy something that you like how it sounds. It is professional, and it is just my favorite go-to microphone always. That's the amazing Blue Yeti. So I can't tell you how much it is because I can't access my carousel. Oh, hello. It's, my goodness, it is $87.53. Hallelujah. If you've not got one, now's the time. Go grab one. It's a bargain. That is a brilliant price. Blue Yeti.
Yeah, that's a very good price. And just to show, I've got a Blue Yeti as well. The choice of champions.
Exactly.
Okay. And right, so let's go back to the quiz. And question 9 was Double Impact, released in 1991. Main male hero was Christopher Lambert, Gene Hackman, Tom Cruise, or Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm between two here.
Oh, I'm glad you are, because I'm not sure. My hunch would be Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I'm not totally certain.
Well, that's unfortunate, because mine would be Christopher Lambert, but I don't know. We're stuck now. If you're watching this live on Amazon, either on my page or Nick's page, and please do help us.
Double Impact.
JCVD or Christopher Lambert?
Because Christopher Lambert, he was the guy in the
Thingy.
The Highlander movies, wasn't he?
So we're going to go with Jean-Claude.
I think it's Jean-Claude Van Damme, yeah.
Well argued, Nick. Well argued, Nick. Which brings us on to question number 10.
Question number 10. Oh, I got a good feeling about this one. Which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie? And again, 2008. I cannot believe it. Taken. Was it Liam Neeson, Mark Wahlberg, Matt Damon, or Bruce Willis? And Stephen, what's the last thing you're going to tell us about today?
All right. Okay. I think I know. I think I know.
Yes.
I think I know.
Oh.
Right. Okay. I'm just going to do a screen share. Just let me go here and go to screen share. And in a second, in my studio, I should be able to go here and go there. And what I'm going to bring onto screen now is Stream Deck. This
nice.
is my favorite piece of kit, which is my favorite piece of kit, which isn't a camera. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Nick's camera off for a moment, and we're going to go picture in picture. No, we're not. That didn't work again. A second. What's going? I just want to move that out of the way. Right, Nick's gone. Okay, I'm good. I hate doing this, but I have to get rid of the Blue Yeti as well.
Oh,
it's gone. Okay, this is. He said trying to destroy it. This piece of kit, is a Stream Deck, and it's by Elgato, who made the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. And this is the piece of kit that has changed the way that I work. I'll show you why. I'm going to use the software. Now you'll notice that the software looks uncannily like the Stream Deck itself. You've got 3 rows of 5 keys, 15 keys in total. Now, when I go live on Amazon Live, I have to do this. So using the software, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to Be Live. Okay. And when I go to Be Live, there is one of the keys is set to Be Live, and I've typed in the text Be Live and I've linked it to my studio. That's the link to the website in my Chrome browser. Whilst we're live, as Nick and I have been today, we use the Trivia Plaza movie quiz. So that's Trivia Plaza, and that is a link to the movie quiz. I talk about Fitbits a lot when I'm live, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 and 11 a.m. Eastern this week. So there's a link to the Fitbit website. I've typed in Fitbit and given the link to the URL. And then Amazon, this is where Nick and I appear live. This is my page, but I've typed in Amazon and given the URL. So when I start to broadcast, I click 4 buttons. One gives Be Live gives me my studio. Amazon gives me the live broadcast. Fitbit gives me my page on Fitbit, and Trivia Plaza gives us the movie quiz, just as it's done today. So 4 keys. Now, you may have noticed, even in this broadcast, that I talk a lot about cameras. And basically, there's the Oberspot camera. So there, I've typed in Oberspot, and I've linked it to the software on my desktop. There is the Logitech, and I've linked it to the Logitech software on my desktop. Nexigo, I've got the Nexigo software as well as the remote control, which I didn't show you earlier, but I won't show it now. That's why we're running quicker than we normally do. Okay, so that's the link to the Nexigo software, and then the link to Logitech G Hub, which controls the lights. So when I go live, I click OBSBot to get the OBSBot software, Logitech to get Logitech software, Nexigo to get the Nexigo software, and G Hub to get the software for my lights. So when I go live, I only need to press 8 buttons on the Stream Deck, because it can link to a page, it can link to an app on your desktop, PC, or Mac. And then there's one other thing it can do as well, because we're not finished. That's just the beginning. I mean, that saves me time, which saves me money. Before, it used to take me a quarter of an hour to sort everything out. Now I just press 8 buttons, one after the other, and I know that everything's going to work. But if I bring back for a moment our favorite microphone and take myself off solo, and I bring back the quiz somewhere over here, just a moment, I'll bring this back. Okay. The other thing that the wonderful Stream Deck can do is it can handle shortcuts. And if I go into Be Live, by pressing a button on here, I can change the screen display. Now, anything that's got hotkeys, like my Be Live Studio, you can program the Stream Deck with the hotkeys so that you can change the operation or take shortcuts, because they are shortcuts. Shortcuts have been around since the 90s, but now they've been electronified, if that's a word. And I can just control my studio from the Stream Deck. So I don't have, it just makes it so simple and so straightforward. Now, the other thing I've done is if I go back up again on the Stream Deck and I go here, is you can use it to collect things. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to go here. And if I go picture in picture again, I'm going to hide the microphone. I'm going to hide the card. Okay. These are all applications that I've bought from AppSumo. I love lifetime deals. And these are the lifetime deals that I've purchased on AppSumo, 14 of them. I've got them all together. So if I want access to the software, I just go to the folder and it's all there. And just to give you an idea, I've got SendFox for email, I've got Radar for social media management, Melon for broadcasting, which Nick mentioned earlier, VI Load for an HTML5 web player, Sleek Bio for a one-page bio, and TidyCal, which is a replacement for Calendly. So they're all there. Then the other thing is, if I go back again and I go here, I've got all the Facebook groups. I've collected all the Facebook groups that I'm involved in onto one tab. And basically, I can then access them just by clicking a button. And what I do on a Sunday afternoon when I have nothing else to do is I press one button at a time and I can check all the Facebook groups, which are important to me. So you can set up your Stream Deck to load a Chrome tab, set up your Stream Deck to load an application on your desktop, PC or Mac. Use shortcuts for vMix, XSplit, you name it. And finally, you can use it to build collections of places you want to visit on a regular basis. So it becomes your memory, it becomes your go-to piece of kit. I haven't typed a URL in 2 months. It's all on the Stream Deck and it just simply works. So going back to the Stream Deck, software, it looks like the kit. I think that's a genius bit of programming, and it makes it so easy and simple to understand. I know that Nick is a Stream Decker now, and let's both come back on screen after I find the quiz. Just a minute. So the quiz, the final question, Nick.
Final question. Which actor plays the main male hero in this action movie Taken in 2008? Was it Liam Neeson, Mark Wahlberg, Matt Damon, or Bruce Willis? And Stephen, I think you said you knew this one.
Yeah, I'm going to say that it's not Bruce Willis.
No. It's not Mark Wahlberg.
It's not Matt Damon.
No. I guess it's Liam Neeson then. Yay!
We have scored 10 out of 10.
Oh.
Excellent. The average score is 8.7. 158,640 people have played
Wow.
this quiz, and we got 10 out of 10. I'm leaving it there for a second so we can get a screenshot.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Bask
awesome.
in that glory.
Indeed. Well, we didn't last week, so we've got to do it this week. Right, I'm going to stop sharing that. And I'm going to stop sharing that as well, if I can find it. And I'm going to switch Nick's camera on and go side by side.
Yeah.
That was when Nick's showing his stream.
Yeah. It's a piece of kit I never knew I needed till I got it.
That's a great definition. Until you've got one, you don't know what it can do.
It is. It's one of those things. We both resisted and resisted, but in the end, peer pressure got to us. But thank goodness.
Nick, it's over to you.
Cool. Well, as always, thank you so much for watching us. Thank you for commenting, Stephen and me. It's always a pleasure to live stream with Mr. Healy. We are back every Monday at 4 p.m. in the UK, which is 1 p.m. No, it's not. It's 11 a.m.
Well, we haven't got, our clocks haven't gone back yet. So, but they do go back next week.
Next week, yeah. Next week it will be 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
We'll be back on the normal schedule. Stephen is live streaming every day at currently 12 midday Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK. I dip in every now and again. I'm making more shoppable videos right now, but
Wow.
I'm sure I'll put myself back in, I think, on Saturday. But until next Monday, if I don't see you before, thank you for watching and have a great week. Take care.
Bye.